Amon, man, how you feeling?
I'm good. How you doing, sir?
Appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Anytime, man. Yeah, good people. Zavy, or Zavy. I'm sorry. He's good people. So I met my boy over here, and then so I'm glad to just be here and work with y'all, and yeah.
Yeah, Shane told me about that, and
Yeah.
then he kind of introduced me to your music, and I was pumped to have you on.
Yeah.
'Cause, bro, I really mess with what you're doing, everything you got going on.
Thank you, man. Yeah, nah, Shane's cool. He hit me a couple weeks ago or before. Like me and Zavy have a couple songs we got to finish and stuff like that. But yeah, Shane reached out, seemed like a cool dude from the people that I met him through or whatever case may be. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, I didn't even know what it was about. I was just like, nah, y'all seem like real cool people. So
Appreciate that,
it was
man.
no issue. So
Hell yeah, appreciate it. How'd you meet Zavy?
I met Zavy through his sister. His sister does photography. And
Oh
throws
yeah, he was telling
events.
me about that.
Yeah, so I met him at an event, and we just kind of been cool. Actually, it was a couple years before we actually really spoke or whatever. But yeah, ever since met him, we really started just chopping about a couple months ago, and we just been real cool ever since. And yeah, he just real energetic, just a good energy about him, good soul. So. Yeah, good dude, just real good dude, good dude, good vibe for sure, 100%.
Yeah, that was he was telling me about his sister, and she's tapped in with all kinds of people,
Oh,
and
yeah.
his brother and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like they're super into that industry.
100%. Yeah, and I don't know his brother too.
Stay there for 2 seconds. I'm about to do one thing.
You're good. You're good.
You keep talking. You're good.
Okay, but yeah, no, I don't know his brother too well. But yeah, they all been us all love over there. They're really good people and just like hustlers, you know. So it's dope to see a family of individuals like that really be successful. So I think it's mad cool what they doing, and yeah, just nothing but love.
That was a dope thing about meeting him is
Yeah.
it's very immediate when you meet him that he's really about everything.
Yeah,
He works super hard.
yeah, he loves what he does. And that was a cool part about him. Just you just can't not being around that is like a disservice almost. You know?
For real.
So-
You are who you surround yourself by.
Exactly. 100%. That's all it is.
So from an outside perspective, it kind of seems like your creative process is very it's very individualistic. I'm not sure if that's true, but you make a lot of your stuff in your room, right?
Oh yeah, everything's in my. Well, yeah, pretty. Yeah, I just got a studio now, but yeah, everything's in my room. Yeah, make everything in my room. Just got a little studio space. We just got an extra bedroom. So somebody moved out, but yeah, I just wrote down a goal of this year. I was like, I want a studio outside of my bedroom, and literally we made it happen. We got some crazy deal on some apartment, and we got it. But yeah, everything's in my room. It's just me for the most part, and then I'll go on Splice, or sometimes I'll even play keys or whatever, make a little top line, add the drums, and then start rapping, and then 2 hours later we'll have a full song. Most of the songs I've done, I don't think I've worked more than 2 hours on them. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I don't think it's either. It just
yeah.
is what it is.
But yeah, I start with the beat, and I start with a beat, and then I just go from there. I just write a hook, then write my little 16-bar verses, may throw in a bridge if I feel like I need it. And most song structure is pretty similar.
Yeah.
So once you break down things, I think the end goal is one thing, but I feel like figuring out a process that works for yourself is the most important piece in just anything. Just making sure something works for you. A lot of people, I think they try to do things or see somebody do something this way, and you'll see somebody else do something that way, but it's what works for you? And I found out that my process is boom, boom, boom.
It's very technical. It's one thing, and then move to the next thing, then move to the next thing type thing.
Well, and it's whatever feels comfortable too. If it doesn't feel comfortable, if I'm making a beat and I like the top line, I may just start rapping there. That may be all I need. There's definitely been songs where it's just oh dang, it sounds good. My phone going off. What do y'all want?
You're chilling, bro.
But it's yeah, it was just yeah, it's just just what works for you. Just stop stop trying to compete with people and compete with yourself. That was the biggest thing I learned, and yeah, just figuring out what works for me, and embracing that, really embracing what works for me. So, and then when I did that, I probably made more songs than I ever had before this year. I said my goal is to do 28 songs a month. I haven't really gotten there yet. But yeah, it's but I know my process, so I know that if I'm not doing at least a song a day, or have 7 songs at the end of the week, I'm slacking. Yeah. I know how much time I actually have, so if I don't do that, I'm slack. So I made 70 songs this year. I'm at halfway to my goal. So yeah, it's all right. I'm not satisfied. So I'm not where I want to be either. So for me, it's like, okay, you didn't do it that. Okay, so what do I have to change and adjust this month to where that I can be better and manage my time better? So,
That's real, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a big thing with creative processes too is like people assume that if what you're doing it gets to a point where it's a lot easier or it gets to a point where it's comfortable that it's automatically bad. But kind of what you were saying about just doing what works for you, it's like if you just find what can create a good product and you hammer down and you just do that process over and over and over again, it's going to get easier, it's going to get better. The output's going to get better. I don't think something being easy makes it bad. You know what I mean?
Exactly. The repetition is the father of success. I think that also for me, I know some people can make like 10 songs and have an amazing project. Like for me, my life hasn't really worked out that way. So I know for me, it's a numbers thing. It's the more music I make, the better chances I have of making that better song or that bigger song or coming up with that hit.
Yeah.
So that's me though. Like I know Tyler the Creator, somebody who creates, once he has his 13 songs, he just works on those 13 songs for a year. Which is phenomenal.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I think everybody at TDE though does like 150 to 300 songs before they put out anything. Like,
I know. I heard Schoolboy Q talk about that one time. I know at least that's one TDE guy. I know that's how he does it.
Yeah. And I mean they don't put out anything but greatness over there. So it's I mean you just gotta find, like I said, just finding what works for you. You know, if you find, like for me, there was a time where I couldn't figure out I couldn't find beats that I liked, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my own. So I locked myself in my room for like 3 days from June 1st, 2016 to like June 3rd or 4th, and I learned how to make beats. And that was it. And then I stuck to 3 or 4 beats every day for like a year or two. I don't know if I stuck to it, but I need to go back to it. But something else I learned about myself was I was like, oh, okay, the more beats I make, the better my music sounds. Let me make sure at least I get 3 beats out a day. Now I don't do that every day anymore. So I have a lot of people. I got a little bit more of a team now that's helping with stuff like that. But I mean now I don't even really I don't need to. But I like the first beat I make now. I was like, okay, I can rap on this. So I just if I don't feel comfortable on it though, I just won't even rap on it.
I feel like that's a huge thing with beats. A lot of people have that problem. Like I can't get beats. I can't find beats I like. And it seems like the best solution is always just make it yourself.
Yeah, and even just constructing it yourself too helps, because you can always send it off to people. And we've done that a couple times where I got my boy Carlos Casio Music. I'll send him stuff and then he'll make some cool shit on it and send it back. And like, oh, this is crazy. Like this is sounding beautiful. And then my other boy Drew and Luke, they say out in San Diego. I sent them some stuff as well, and they do doctor it up and make it sound just beautiful. So it's just you just gotta find what works for you. Like that's it. Like find a process that works for you, hone in on it, and just go. Like punch it. Like this is cool. Like this like you said. I mean, this ain't the most amazing setup, but you say you did 7 interviews or whatever since you've been here. That's amazing. Like,
appreciate that, bro.
Like you doing way more than a lot of people. A lot of people would have gave excuse. Oh, I don't know how to record or da 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 da. Like you learned it, bro. Like you even got
appreciate it.
You even got the most cool little GoPro setup over here. This
hey,
is fire.
Hey, anybody out there watching? The best budget camcorder in 4K you will ever find for a wide angle shot's a GoPro.
Okay, yeah, I gotta tell my boy 3 hours ago about this. Okay,
it's nice, bro. Yeah, a lot of people assume that it's like it's only for like action video or whatever, but it's easy like that.
Okay, for sure.
So that creative process you have, how's that changed over the years? Like when you first started making stuff, was that the way you did it? Would you start with a beat and then just build up from there?
Yeah, so I have problems speaking, like I have problems rapping for some weird reason. Like some of my words get jumbled or whatever. I don't know why, but they do. So I don't know where it comes from, but whatever. But yeah, no, it was always just been like I would always hear beats and I'd hear them and I just I'd go on YouTube. This site called BeatStars. No, not BeatStars. No. What's this website called? Damn. It's an old beat website, and I would go on there.
BeatStars before BeatStars.
Yes, what was it called? Damn, I am blanking right now. damn, it's not Track Chain. Anyway, it's a place where you go get beats. And it was probably like the top place at the time, and like I learned how to like take the tags off of beats so people wouldn't sue me. But yeah, I would just find a beat. I always start with a chorus naturally. I don't know how I even got that, but I think it was just when I was doing shows when I first started, I was like, okay, I want to make sure that when people listen to my music, like I don't have so much time to catch somebody's attention. So I said I'm going to make my choruses really, really easy and digestible so that if somebody's walking by or at my show and they hear the music, they can remember it.
Sing along, yeah.
Yeah, they can sing to it, or it's going to get stuck in their head by the time they leave.
That's a smart way, yeah.
And then I was like, on the verses is where I'm going to go in and show my lyrical ability, tell stories, so on and so forth. So
that's interesting that you kind of had that idea for live music.
Yeah, so very just, I don't know, I was like, dang, like, I want people to remember, like, okay, I'm not going to, there's no way I'm going to get somebody to like me if I got this super complicated something in, I just like, in like a couple minutes. Like, I was like, I only got a couple minutes with these people before I'm out of here and I'm just another thought. So I was like, I just want to make something, like, I want them to really listen when I'm talking and speaking in them verses. And then when we get to the chorus, we'll have a good time with something very memorable, a lot of call and response, so on and so forth. And yeah, that was pretty much like, pretty much seen that at like a super, super young age or whatever. Not a young age, but like young in my career, I seen that. So
that's a huge thing with like the modern kind of way you distribute music too, just through social media and stuff. It's like you have 1 minute at the most to get somebody to click or to get somebody to care about you. But in reality, it's more like 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Even that is like still kind of long. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, I've been on TikTok. They're like, yeah, don't you want to make sure you get right into it. And I'm like, yo, don't I want to like introduce myself and say hello? Like, they're like, they don't care.
I felt so, excuse me. I felt so weird about that when I started making TikToks for Above the Bridge because I felt bizarre not introducing myself because it was for that same reason. But it's like I feel like if I'm talking, people have to know who I am to care. But in reality, that's not really the case anymore. It's like because people just scroll through and if they hear something they're interested in, they'll just stop. It's like it's really that simple.
And it's And I was listening to Gary Vee the other day. They were just like he was just
big inspiration for me.
Yeah, super cool. So, yeah, shout out to Gary. He put me on one of his playlists a little while ago.
That's real. That's cool.
Very cool. Or D-Rock, somebody did. But he was just like, it's not about the quality of the video. It's about the value of the information.
It's all about giving people value.
Yeah, giving people value. I don't know, that just stuck with me. So, but yeah, it's like, yeah, you just got to give people what you're saying. It's got to be valuable, So
100%.
Yeah.
So back in 2016, when you dropped the Lost Files, that first project, were you still, or back then, were you doing music full time, or was it more of a for fun thing back then?
Yeah, no. So Lost Files actually comes from two things. So yeah, both of those projects are actually not projects at all. Those are just like playlists.
Okay.
So I dropped a song a week for a year twice.
And that was back in 2016?
End of 2015, early 2016, I dropped a song a week for 10 weeks. And I was like, oh, this shit sucks. Or not like it sucks, but it was like a lot of work. I was like, oh, this is way, way too much work for me. And because I was working a full-time job at the time. So yeah, I stopped. And then I stopped in like February 2016. But all those songs are pretty much from them except like 2. Because I repackaged stuff in like a cool little way, whatever. And so then in August 7th of 2016, August 7th, 2016, I dropped a song a week again for a year. And that brought me all the way up to September 2017. Yes. Yeah, I think that's a year. Somewhere in there. But yeah, and then, that's how, but it was working full-time the whole time in between time.
So back then, you weren't doing music full-time at all? You were still trying to juggle both?
Yeah, I was doing music full-time for like a year or two, and then moved out to L.A., and, shit hit the fan. So then, I was back to driving for Uber and Lyft. That's pretty much it. Yeah, got a partnership with this company called Black Box. Very good people. And then my whole management situation went to trash. So on and so forth. And then, pretty much you had to figure it out here in LA. So, just Ubering every day for like 16 hours. And then I got another job. And then I've been there ever since. So.
Are you currently doing music full time, or are you still trying to juggle with the job?
Oh, yeah, I still have a job. So, I still have a 9 to 5.
It's a grind, man. It's real.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funding everything, so that helps. Or they're not funding anything.
You're funding everything.
Yes, they're paying me for a service. I'm performing a service. Actually, that sounds terrible, but I'm performing. Cut that. Cut. No, I'm playing. I'm giving them. I work. We work together. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah,
we work together, and they may happen to send me a check every week, and
they better be sending you a check every week.
Yes. If they don't, no, I'm playing. They're good people, though. They're good people.
Working that 9-to-5 job and having the juggling act of trying to do music and then trying to work that 9-to-5 job, does that make you more motivated to do music since you don't want to? I imagine you wouldn't want to be working that job for the rest of your life.
Yes. I don't. You know what's crazy is I think more motivating to me lately than ever has been like these little Instagram reels are throwing my head off. They'd be like, "Yo, so why are you working?" I was like, "Well, I need some money, da 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 da." And it's like, well, if you work, you get taxed way more. I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But, just the more research I do is just, doesn't even make sense to work a job. And, it's just the whole society, our whole society is fucked up. And I'm just like, I went to college and graduated. And even in college, I was asking a lot of questions. I was like, why are y'all, not teaching us how to, start our own thing?
Finance, or start your own business.
Yeah.
Or take a mortgage out on a house. Stuff you will actually care and use about.
Exactly. I'm like, why are y'all, trying to teach us how to work for somebody? And everybody gave me some weird answer, we want you to work for them for a couple years and then you leave. I was like, but then I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Because y'all get paid off of people. You get a referral bonus. I know how this works. Y'all get the little referral bonus. So I come to y'all's school. Then JP Morgan or Chase or whatever these companies, they come in, they say, hey, who do you got? They hire us, we go work for them, and then y'all get paid, and then it's a cycle, and then they pay you enough to make sure you have a comfortable life, but they don't pay you enough to leave. So I'm just like, so yeah, it's crazy, but I'm definitely, that's my goal is to be a full-time artist by the end of the year. I don't know how, but
you'll get there.
Yeah, it's that's my goal is to be a full-time artist. I don't think
you have to know how. I think you just have to know that you will.
Yeah, 100%, and just it'll come. I think I didn't even write down how it was gonna happen. I just wrote it down. So I got one of my goals out this year, and that's the second. So
is that something you do every year? You write down goals, and are you a goal setter monthly, weekly?
More so yearly. I have short-term goals, but these last 2 years kind of been fucked, so it's been kind of weird. But my goal is to really just, I think my monthly goal is to get 28 songs in a month. And, I just noticed the more music I make, the more things start to happen. It's weird. Even if I don't even put anything out, the more music I make, the more stuff starts to happen.
That's the same way I was in school. I questioned, when I was in high school, I'd question the same type of stuff. It's like, why am I working to get a job that I don't want? And when it comes down to it, it all just is a money game. It's like balancing what you want to do versus what you have to do. It's a tough thing to do. Right.
And, and the biggest flex is freedom. Who has the free time? I think that's why a lot of artists don't make it, or do make it, is because they either have the time or they don't. I think I
fully agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's I feel like people think music is easy. And I think making music is easy. I think it's the pushing it out and getting it out to the world and making people believe in it is the hard part. And I feel like a lot of people think that they can just, you can just throw it up on the internet and boom, it'll blow up, which may happen.
It's very rare though.
Yeah, it's you might as well just play the lottery. So I think it's just, just a lot of people just, I don't think people even see it. I didn't even know what a marketing budget was until last year, and I've been making music for 11 years. So I didn't know anything about a marketing budget, or I was like, what is this? It didn't even, and I went to marketing school and everything. I was like, I don't know what I went to school for.
Where'd you go to school at?
Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, and you said you're for marketing?
Yeah, I was majored in marketing.
What did you originally want to do with that degree?
Just help companies make more money. It was just just literally, I was like, oh, you get to come up with cool creative ideas to help them make money.
Were you making music during the time you were in school?
Yeah, but it wasn't serious. I
Okay.
I had a pretty big song, that kind of went pretty viral on YouTube, I guess.
That was when you were in school?
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I knew I wanted to do something like in entertainment. I just didn't know what I wanted to do musically. I mean, I was making music, but it wasn't like serious.
When did you start taking it seriously?
2015.
Okay, so that was after you were out of school.
In school, like my senior year, I was like, okay, I don't want to go to college. Or wow, I'm dumb.
You don't want to get a job.
I don't want to get it. Yeah, I don't want to get a job. I don't want to do the
it.
cubicle work, and that's exactly where I'm at right now. But yeah, I've also been fired from 17 jobs, so we're here.
It's soul killing, man. Doing that job and trying to do something creative.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of bad financial decisions, but bad financial decisions too. Like just buying a car like right out of college is pretty dumb. Like a $500 car payment is not cool. So if you're listening, don't take a $500 car payment anywhere at any time. But no, I'm playing.
Maybe high school should be teaching these kinds of things instead of like the Pythagorean's theorem.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely
bullshit that we'll never use.
100%. I still don't know. Fuck that shit is not gonna help me when I have 3 days to pay my rent. Like that shit. I didn't learn any skills that helped me deal with how to figure things out in life.
Yeah.
Like so yeah, exactly. Like it's like what the hell. What are y'all teaching us for 8 hours a day for 14 years or whatever? I'm like, I can't use none of this shit nowhere. Like,
I mean, high school was originally a holdover to make good factory workers.
Yeah.
That's like what it was for. Like, that's why there's a bell to tell us to go to lunch, to go to the next class. It's because it was meant to mimic a factory working place.
And that's all. I mean, and most people we went to high school with are probably going to be doing some lame shit. Not lame shit, but they're probably just going to be... I mean, you've heard them. You talked to them. They, oh yeah, I work at like Applebee's now, and like, not playing. But no, it's just like they don't even breed creativity or like, hey, what do you really love? Like, it's just like they don't breed love and happiness. Like they just don't.
And I can respect it. I feel like there has to be people who work those jobs, but like for me personally, and I'm sure you can relate to this, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I definitely don't give a hoot's ass about any of this stuff except music and seeing all my friends be successful, and it's just not for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I can do it. It's like having the kids whose parents are like super famous. Like, yeah, they're pretty sure they're pretty good at these things, but they don't really give a fuck. Like, it's not really like like Michael Jordan's kids. Like, they'll never be Michael Jordan. I'm pretty sure pretty fucking good at basketball. Like,
yeah.
Like, but that's probably not their like thing. Of course they can do it, but that's not really their thing.
It's not their passion.
Yeah, it's not their passion.
They're living out somebody else's passion.
Yeah, they're building somebody else. They're living out somebody else's passion for sure.
So you're originally from San Diego, right?
Yes, San Diego. 100%.
And now you moved out here to LA?
Yeah, 100%. I lived in Long Beach and then moved to LA last year.
What was that transition like?
From San Diego to out here?
Yeah.
It was like just learning a new city. It wasn't really crazy. I haven't been driving up here my whole life, so it's it wasn't really too wild. Obviously learning new streets and stuff like that. And, meeting new people. Got to meet new people. You think you have friends in a new city until you don't, or not like that. But it's like, okay,
I know this person. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, this city's kind of big. Oh, everybody's not that close at all. So it's just like, just figuring out little things. But it's all. It's cool. Like, I love it out here. It's awesome. So I love San Diego too.
I've never lived in San Diego, but as a kid, I'd go to the zoo, like down there a lot, and I'd visit there a lot. San Diego's always given me like really good energy. Like it's very different than LA in that sense, I think. Like, not that LA gives me bad energy, but it just seems different. It's like a different thing.
Yeah, no, it's San Diego's a whole different vibe, a lot slower. But it's cool. You can kind of just move around. Not a lot of traffic. Like, but good people. It's just a good vibe. It's a good time. Very easy to get lazy out there for sure. But it's just a good time.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a good time. Duck away for a little bit, and then just get back to it. But it's not as grind mode heavy out here. Like out here, it's like pretty fast. Like where we just moved to now, it's real fast. Everybody gonna go out there. But in terms of just San Diego pretty slow. It's just cool. Like it's a great place to retire. great place to have fun. So you just gotta know where to go.
Is that where you started playing live shows down there in SD?
Oh yeah, I mean I started those in Atlanta, but yeah, then San Diego for sure. My first show was in San Diego. So yep, it was at this place called the Epicenter in Mira Mesa. Like everybody used to come, like all the up and coming artists, like before they blew up, would like come through there. Like I think even Kendrick may have performed there once or twice.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, Mac Miller performed there before he blew up. Wiz Khalifa, Tyga. I don't know if anybody cares for Tyga too much in terms of come up wise, like, because he was kind of already big when he got there. But yeah, we had some notable people. I think even Action Bronson came through there, like kind of that really super underground level to cool. Really like rising up. We've seen some cool people come through there for sure.
Have you started playing live at all again?
No, I did. I've done a couple shows here and there, but nothing like crazy. So
how was that kind of having that ripped away from you performing during COVID?
Oh yeah, that shit sucked. Yeah, that shit sucked. Like, it's just like, you know, you want to see how the world reacts to your music, and that's where we gain the most fans at is through the live shows. So.
And you have a ton of music you've never performed, huh?
Yeah,
because of that.
There's a lot of music I've never performed, so that's always a difficult task. Trying to like cut songs out of the set list and move things, and like, okay, well, if we're with a more R&B crowd, then we probably want to go with a slower set list, or if we're with a very turned up crowd or a younger crowd, we maybe want to go with these songs. So it's like making game time adjustments. It's just like football. It's just you just game plan, and you know, if you got to make adjustments, my DJ A1, shout out to him.
Shout out A1.
Yeah, we got to make adjustments. We'll make adjustments mid-show. Like, we may have a set list, and we may see people yelling out different songs. Like, okay, let's switch. Like, but it's not even like we got to talk about it. You already know. If, you know, we got 6 people over here asking for March, then we play in March.
How much were you playing live before COVID? Was it pretty consistently?
Yeah, like once or twice a month, something like that. Yeah, pretty like once or twice. Yeah, we pretty much sold out a show in New York.
Wow.
At this like small little venue, and then then we came back, and it was pretty quiet for a little bit. And then COVID happened, so that was about it. So.
It seems like if you were pushing your music a lot through live music, that makes a lot of sense. But another place I kind of saw you pushing a lot was on music videos. It seems like you're very much in the camp of like drop a song, drop a video with it. Yeah. Or do you have a certain direction you want to push your visuals in? Like, is that a big part of how you want to promote songs in the future?
Yeah. So I mean, my boy 3 Hours Ago she shoots everything. I shoot some stuff when I can. Yeah, I got a little Sony, a little tripod. Those are just content pieces, really. But we just want to shoot stuff that's like memorable, like some real like memorable shit now. Like, we had all the fun stuff, and like we've done all the cheap music videos in the world. So now like y'all see in a couple weeks the new thing that we got coming, and just elevating it, just taking it up a level. Like, really just like I just want it to be memorable. Like when you see this, I want you to remember something. So I feel like I watch a lot of music videos and just like I don't really remember them. Now, it doesn't even have to be some super full production, but just memorable. Like, oh, I remember that skit, or oh, I remember that outfit, or I remember this. Like, and there's some songs I don't even remember, but this song by Joji, I think his name is. He's just wearing a big ass red suit. And it's like really cool.
That's one where he gets shot with all the arrows and stuff, right? Or is that another one?
I don't know. I don't even listen to his music, but his music video is really cool.
It makes sense. He wanted to be memorable, like having a memorable visual to pair with the track. So when somebody listens to the song, they're thinking about the visual.
And I'm bad with song names. I'm terrible. I don't know why, but I just don't even look anymore. But I know where to find it if I need it. But the song was really dope too. But the visual was really cool. He's in this big red suit, and like he's chained to the pool, and it was really cool. But yeah, we just noticed that like sometimes it's not even about like the biggest production, but just what the value and the content, or like what you're giving to the people, really makes a difference. So,
do you usually write or storyboard these, or is that more the people you work with?
We've never storyboarded any music video except maybe the last one. Actually, yeah, that one we didn't even follow it. So I'm gonna say yes and no. But yeah, we're getting there though. I think the next one will be storyboarded a little bit. But yeah, just adding more stories and just kind of adding fun to it. And yeah, it just takes a little while to put everything together and get all the pieces. But yeah, we're definitely stepping up. So yeah, you guys will see some cool stuff here in just a few.
I feel like it's easier to think of a concept and make a music video to music like yours because you're always saying something substantial or something. You know, I feel like every track attacks a different concept or a different meaning, and that I would assume is a lot easier to make a video for than a track that's kind of. I don't want to say meaningless, but is pushing less of a narrative.
Yeah, 100%. And I just make music that way because I want people to take something from it. Yeah, if I'm not here, I want my music to still be just as good, if not better. You know.
Did you grow up with music? Like, was there a specific moment you like realized you wanted to be a rapper?
I don't know. I just kind of, I broke my heel skateboarding, and I was like, my homie had he had a recording studio, random as shit ever. Anyways, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is real fun. I think I want to do this. And then it was just kind of a hobby, and then it turned into a real passion. So I didn't grow up really listening to rap music until like 5th grade. Yeah, a lot of R&B, a lot of old stuff, a lot of old school stuff for sure. Just kind of just listening to a lot of it, and just kind of grew into it.
Were your parents or your family into music at all?
My dad was, and then he dipped. So he dipped when I was like 6 or 7. So he would play a bunch of old school music, like all the old folks that nobody needs to even know anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But just old music. Like he was just old. But yeah, just a lot of old stuff, and my mom would play stuff here and there, and then I just kind of gravitated to. I don't know how I got an Usher CD, but I got the Confession CD, and that was real cool. And then
I've been hearing that from it's funny, like interviewing people like around your age. Like I've been hearing it, I never realized how big of an influence Usher was on so many people because I've been hearing like that particular like influence from a lot of people.
Yeah, that Confessions album was probably like the first album I was like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah,
like, this is crazy. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Nelly's first album was probably one of the first albums I remember listening to Hot in Here. Yeah, Nellyville. And then Get Rich or Die Trying was probably like my first like album.
52, man. I've been hearing the same stuff about 50.
50 Cent, that first Get Rich or Die Trying was probably the craziest first album I ever heard in my life. Like that shit was insane. So it was just real. It was just honest. I think I've always gravitated towards just honest music. I love the bars. I love the lyricism. Just all the facets of hip hop and rap, and it's always been beautiful to me. So.
I feel like I would imagine that plays into your writing process a lot. Because to me, when you're spitting and when I'm listening to your music, it sounds very honest. Like it sounds like you're really talking about stuff you care about. Like these social issues and other concepts you bring up and talk about. Where do your inspiration for these come from? Do you read a lot? Like, are you just really into the news?
I just come from life. Like, a lot of my music comes from like conversations. Like a lot of my I'll have conversation with people. It just could be anywhere. Like I don't know. I just have conversations with people, and after I started to pick up on patterns and things in terms of like, okay, this person did this, and this person said this, and this person said this, and like. After like 4 or 5 people say something, or I start to feel like, okay, oh, this is a pattern. Wait, okay, so you struggling, and you're struggling. Okay, what are we not doing? Okay, and then I may even like I connect things. So I'm like, okay, all of us are struggling, and then I may meet this person. It's like, oh, he's doing really well. Okay, what is he doing different, or what is she doing different than from all of us? Like, so I just like connect a lot of random things, and like just I'm like, okay, so this is how I feel like. Okay, lately I've been feeling like I need to, let's say, work more. And then yesterday I'm in the studio and I see like somebody like we all listen to. He's like, yeah, her engineer or whatever is like, okay, yeah, she's done 187 songs this year. So I'm like, damn. Okay, cool. I'm not working hard enough.
Yeah.
So I may even go write a song about just me not working hard enough, or like, and then go through like, hey, like I'm working full time and so on and so forth. So it's just all like a full circle, like that kind of stuff. It's cool to see people that you kind of look up to, like, oh, or that are successful, that prove themselves. Like, okay, they still working pretty hard. So, if I'm not even doing at least that, I can't even really complain yet, because I gotta be working just as hard, if not harder than them, to then be able to have that complaint, because they still doing it and they already made it. So I'm complaining about this shit and I ain't even made it yet. So, I mean, I gotta go harder.
So when you have those conversations with people, do you like run? You jot them down on your phone, or like do you just try to throw them up in the vault? Remember?
It just stays up in the vault. Stuff always seems to come back. Like if you just like life thing, everything comes back. Advice is something you've heard twice. I've always heard. So it's just I notice even if you don't get something on the first time somebody told you, it's just like marketing. It's like you may not buy that Coca-Cola today, but if you see the logo of Coca-Cola everywhere, when it comes time to choose Coke over, you're at the store and there's 2 items left and it's Coke or Pepsi, you're going to choose the Coke because you've seen it so many times. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to talk about the track Trampolines for a minute. And just the video and kind of the visual direction you threw that track in. Did you really send that to a bunch of labels and none of them responded?
That shit got turned down. I mean, I turned it. I won't say who it was, but that shit definitely got turned down. Just people said it sounded like everything else on the radio, and it was just it's just wasn't pleasing enough or whatever the case it may be. But yeah, a couple people definitely said it sounded like everything else on the radio, and they just, it was too early, or they just didn't care for it, or whatever the case may be. So.
And did you take that as motivation to work harder, or was it kind of?
It was just like, you're dumb.
Yeah,
I just don't respect opinions that just come out the fucking sky. Because I was like, I don't know who it sounds like, but hey, do y'all. I'm still push this shit. So, yeah, it's just like, it was like, okay, this is crazy. But yeah, the label folks are, shout out to them. I mean, shout out to all those people that are working hard and have a job. It was just, just someone's opinion. So just gotta keep pushing,
Hell yeah. Recently, like as of now, and this year to me, it seems like you've put out like a ton of music like already. So how many hours a week do you think you put into this stuff? Like, is your daily stuff like go to work, come home, record, go to work, come home, record?
No, not at all. A lot of this is already set up. I was sitting on songs. I was probably sitting on 200 songs. So it's just kind of just like stuff's just kind of floating out at this point.
And where were the bulk of those recorded?
In my room. I don't know.
No, like when?
Like last 2020 and 2019 and 2018 probably.
Did you take advantage of quarantine a lot? Like, were you kind of writing and working in quarantine a lot?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yeah, yes and no. Why did I switch? Yes, I was, because I switched computers, so it felt like I didn't do anything for like 4 months. I switched computers in like November, December, which takes a freaking long time.
It does.
Just to like get all the plugins right and make sure everything works. And if something doesn't work, you got to troubleshoot for like 2 or 3 hours. And then it's like, oh, it's 2:00 in the morning, and I have work tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna be sleeping on the clock, like so on and so forth. So, but no, this has probably been the most productive year I've had so far musically. But yeah, I know I can be better. Like I'm trying to ramp that shit up. So if I made 70 songs this year, I want to do at least 140 for the rest of the year. So yeah,
that's real, man. That's real. So when you're in there and you're just working by yourself, on the back end of stuff, what's the team looking like? Do you work with like any management at all?
No management.
Just all you self-managed?
Yeah, no management. No.
You said you work with a DJ, right? How'd you meet him?
Yeah, A1. Met him in like high school.
Okay.
We just been cool that's my boy. That's one of my best friends. So yeah, we just met in high school, and he's just been supporting ever since. And then I met 3 hours ago, like 4 or 5 years ago now at this point. But yeah, he just through another mutual friend, and he was just like, yo, bro, I shoot videos. And I was like, I rap. He's like, oh, shit, let's work. Yeah, we just been cool ever since. Like, that's literally it. And so, yeah, it's video. And then I do all my cover arts. I'm not sure why, but I do. Yeah, it's not anything crazy, though. And then, yeah, no management.
So when you do work with somebody, you find like a genuine connection works better? Like if you, for example, like your videographer, you're saying you've known them for a while, or like your DJ, is it easy to work with people like that?
Yeah, because we live together. We live together. Or, yeah, it's just been easier. We about to branch out here. But yeah, that's just a little easier. It's just, I'd rather work with people that I rock with versus like people I don't know. But yeah, it's just.
And plus, you know for a fact they have your best interests at heart, and you have theirs, and it's kind of a mutual
like,
relationship in that way.
Yeah, we're gonna rock together, and yeah, we live together, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy or out of shape. And then we got Carlos, Andrew, and Luke, and they're producers and engineers, and Vincent. Vincent's my main engineer. And then that's just they handle all the musical stuff and so on and so forth. And I don't really do collaborations with people.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are crazy and weird. No, I'm playing. But yeah, girlfriend's brother. His name is Mantra. We got some songs coming out for sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty closed off. Doesn't feel like it, but I am in terms of music. I don't know why, but I don't know. It's just special to me. So
I feel it. That makes sense.
But yeah, I'm definitely trying to collaborate with more people now. So, or just make more music with more people. I don't really work with producers, but I never really made music with people. Like that's probably been my biggest thing.
It's cool though that you learned everything on your own, because then you can go into that environment and be ready to work with people. And it's probably a lot easier if you already know what you're trying to do. Yeah,
it definitely is. I gotta learn Pro Tools still, which I don't want to learn.
What do you produce with now?
Oh, Logic. I'm in Logic. I record in Logic. I just, make a little beat and, that's what it is. I just do-do-do, and then record in the same session and hit bounce and use my little ozone and, I just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, my thing is, I just found a process that works and then I fucking just hammered in on that shit. Like, I have like I made a mix so that sounds good enough to just like listen to in the car. And then I send it off to engineers and stuff when it's ready to go. Or when I feel like I'm done and I feel like it needs to be mixed and mastered. So I just send it off.
When your video got an elevator a couple of years ago, do you think that's a big turning point for you?
Yes and no, because we didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Which is the issue. But very fucking cool. That was probably the most like, shout out Elevator. I don't even know who's over there anymore. Shout out Hef.
Is that how you got through there?
Hef found me. I don't know how the fuck he found me, and he just found me. He's like, yo, I want to put this on Elevator. Can you send me the link? I was like, fuck yeah. And he just threw it up, and then that was probably the most real change I saw in my music in terms of like people reaching out. Like, 60, 70 people reaching out like, yo, dog, this is dope. It's dope, fire, so on and so forth. And the video did pretty well. Got like 40,000 plays on the Elevator. Which I was checking the other people's shit. I was like, how am I doing?
Yeah, bro, compared to a lot of videos in the Elevator, that's a good amount of views.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is good. So yeah, the only issue, like, and I think my issue, and with a lot of people, in terms of like seeing like little success like that, it's hard to like build on it.
Yeah.
Or, like, knowing to build on it. Like at the time, like shit, 40,000 views, like cool. And it's like, yo, like, nah, keep pushing that shit.
Yeah, you can turn 40,000 to 80,000 real quick.
You can turn, and then that turn into that turn. Like, so it's like, it's just, I think the biggest thing for me, I guess, a big learning point is just, like, learning how to capitalize on moments like that. Like, how do you, you got 40,000. Okay, how do you, like, double this? Is there a way to double this? Am I, do we just stop and just be happy and content with 40? It's 40,000. That's a lot of people. I'm like, it's a lot of fucking people. But it's like, no, you can make this bigger. Like, it's clearly like shown that like people fuck with whoever's seeing this really likes this. So how do you double down? Like, how do you make this bigger? And I think that's always a question of probably many people may go through or not go through. I didn't know to ask that question until recently. So. To me, I'm still learning. Like,
that's what I agree with you. It's a hard thing that a lot of people don't think about. I have trouble thinking about that sometimes. It's like when I have an interview that gets more views than one, or if I have a music review out on the site that gets more views than an average one. It's like, how do you capitalize on its success and turn that 100 or 200 or 300 viewers, whatever, into double?
Yeah, and 100%. And some people say, oh, you just got to keep going and just keep making good content, which 100% I agree with. Keep making good music. And it's like, but I don't know if everybody's even heard or seen this great piece of work that, clearly the people that saw it really enjoyed. So, yeah, that's a difficult thing I don't have any answers for.
If you were to have that opportunity again, do you think you would know how to double down on that success and capitalize it?
Nope.
It's kind of hard to do, right?
No, I have no idea. Like, I mean, I have ideas, but I don't know how to. I mean, I just haven't planned it, I haven't planned for anything like that yet, but I mean, it's when something like that does happen, we'll just kind of get everybody in a room and hey, how the hell can we make this bigger, or how can we grow this? Because it's here, it's moving. Let's make sure it stays moving. So, and yeah, just focusing on that one track, whatever that may be at whatever point that is.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. I agree with
Yeah.
you. So, when you started making music, and then moved back to San Diego, obviously, and how long were you in San Diego? Was there a bit of a rap scene down there that you found?
Yeah, hell yeah. There's definitely a scene out there. There's a couple scenes. Yeah, there's a couple San Diego rap scenes for sure. It's just like every other small city, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got people who feel that they should be put on. You got a lot of dope talent that's never been discovered. You also have, you know, the kids who's trying to like really rapping and really trying to get out. You got your people who, you know, really doing what they say in their music. So yeah, it's just a whole bunch of different scenes, but it's pretty like, it's pretty dope. There's support out there. I know some people don't think so, but there's support. So it's there. It's just growing. It's just growing like a lot of cities. And a lot of the small towns I've noticed. I lived in Atlanta. I lived in San Diego. I lived in LA. So on and so forth. There's no small music venues to perform at. And I'm not saying there aren't any. There's not a lot of them. And so I think it discourages and doesn't keep people in close quarters to interact. So like if you you got a new artist who only has 500 followers. Now you and me both know 500 followers is probably not going to fill up a room with 500 people. But they'll do the show there anyway, and like 30 people will show up. Hell, we'll even say 500 people. Let's say 50 people show up. You got 500 followers and 50 people show up. So 50 people in a room, a 500 cap room looks bad. And people can go sit over there. We can go mingle over there in a corner by ourselves. We don't have to talk to nobody, so on and so forth. But that 5-person with 500 followers in a 50-person room has sold 50 tickets. It's sold. It's packed. You have to interact with people now. Yeah. You start to build a scene that way. And I've seen that happen in a couple cities. Really, really liked it. But people don't know. I don't see people like really like honing in on the independent and like younger artists. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just collaboration, and people just don't really collaborate in small cities like that from what I've seen. Because it's pretty difficult, and you got to be comfortable with meeting people, so on and so forth.
I can relate to that as somebody who comes from like a small town. I mean, I'm in the Bay, but I live in like a small suburb that nobody really knows about. Yeah. And it's like
what part?
What's up?
What part of the Bay?
I live in I bounce back and forth from Concord and Clayton.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what that is?
No idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody really does. People know Concord, but not Clayton as much. Gotcha. But it's the thing is too is like coming up and seeing not really. Almost a similar thing. Like in my part of the East Bay area, there wasn't ever very much support for independent music, and I always wish there was. It's a big part of the reason I started this. It's a big part of the reason I want to talk to people like you. Yeah, it's like I want to get these stories, and I totally feel you. There are not very many people who are willing to give independent artists a shot, especially when it comes to a venue, because the venue's got to make money.
Yes. It definitely has to make money, and I have 1,000 ideas. I even thought about actually a friend and I thought about going to like you can go to different restaurants and be like, yo, we build a stage in here, like we're bringing people, yeah. Like so on and so forth. But I even have like a goal one day, like starting. I have my brand paid off. I even thought of starting a store and like putting a studio in the back, and then in the front it's like a clothing store during the day, but building a stage. So during the day it just looks like a store. But then after
almost like the On Some Shit store, but like not like a bike shop, like
yeah,
like a stage.
I didn't know they had a stage in it. That was dope. I didn't know that. But yeah, pretty same thing. So like that would just be like that's always been like just a wild idea of mine, and but it'd be just like a small venue, no more than 50, 60 people, but it'd be for people to perform and like, hey, you can come, and I was even like, hell, we'll even like teach you how to like sell merch, or like, hey, if you can't make a deposit or whatever, then we'll like help out with merch, or like with the merch, or just something that like helps
make it work for people.
Yeah, make it work, and just like I was thinking like, damn, if we did this, and like, hey, you can even we'll make the tickets this much, and you can do your merch for this much, and we'll help you and just make it simple. Like do a little drinks under the table or something. I don't know, just some cool like
something. Make it work.
Make it work. Make it simple. Like
that's dope, man. Because I think something like that would really help people.
Yeah, and I don't know when this will happen. I don't know when it'll happen, but it was just like one of those ideas I've always had in my head and just never really got out. But yeah, just the small. I love small venues. I think they're super cool for just people coming up. Like hell, it's hard to fill up a 200 person space, but 50 people. Mm-hmm. If we got 4 artists on the bill and everybody brings 12 people, what's 12 times 4? 48?
48.
Yeah. Or damn, I don't even know math. But 5 times 12 is somewhere in there. 5 times 12 is 60. So I think.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, carry that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
Carry it too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, 5 people bring out 12 people each. Then you're gonna have a packed room. It's like simple math. I mean, it's not simple, but it's simple. It's simple if you just break it down. But a packed room of 60 people is like sold out. Like it's sold out. Like people say they sell out tours. Nobody said how big those venues were.
It's a good point. You're not wrong.
And nobody's like, oh, I sold out a tour of this many. Like, no, like
I sold out a tour of completely bar shows.
Yeah, hey, shit, you did it.
Sold out tour.
A lot of people ain't sold out anything. So, yeah, it's just yeah.
Do you have any favorite venues down in San Diego?
House of Blues Voodoo Room. That's where I want to do my next show in San Diego. So, it's 200 people. It's going to take a lot, but I think we can do it.
That's real.
So,
is skating a big part of your life?
Yeah.
Looking at a lot of your visuals, it seemed like skating was always something you've done.
Oh, yeah. Skating's definitely a big part of my life. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a big part. It's just part of my life at this point. Just something I've been doing since I was 12. So it's just like, it's just there. It'll always be there. Always, like, it's like my workout now and so on and so forth. And just big on dunks and stuff like that now. And like just realizing that, like, those are my like type of shoes to wear. Cause like I've been skateboarding my whole life and just I didn't realize how much I knew about them. So I'm like, oh, dunks are fucking cool. Like this is going to be, then they got popular again. I kind of got in at the wrong time, but it's all good. But yeah, it's just skateboarding. Yeah, I grew up in a skate shop called Willie's Workshop in San Diego. Just was always around there, and then I just grew up. I know a lot of skateboarders.
Who originally got you into it? Was it friends?
Yeah, my boy Gavin and my boy Richard. They got me into skateboarding, and yeah, I just learned how to kickflip, and that was pretty much it. Like landing a new trick is like crazy. It's just like crack. Like it's like, oh fuck, this is cool. So yeah, just learning new tricks. And then my boy David and Trey, we always just like, we started skating together. We had this little cool crew called Jungle Crew, JK. JK08 was our little slogan. So we had our little skate gang, you could say. But yeah, just I can still play a game of skate with just about anybody. So if any rapper wants to play a game of skate, rapper, musician, if you got a Spotify, we can play skate. I'm with the smokes. I'm with the smoke, son. So no, I'm just playing. Actually, no, I'm not. If you want to skate or whatever. I think it's cool to go skate with musicians. Like if somebody skates and they make music, I'm gonna try to more than likely go skate with them first.
I could be wrong, but isn't there low key like a small like skate rap type scene? Like, isn't that like a thing?
I don't know.
I don't really know, but
I don't know if it's it's crazy.
That's something I heard about.
I haven't heard of that, but it makes sense. Like
yeah.
I think at some point when I get creative enough and have enough time, I would make like a skateboarding rap documentary.
That would be dope.
Like just like the correlations is like kind of insane. I don't know why though. I mean, it's creativity, but it's on 2 different levels. So
I think it'd be cool for somebody to rap on a skateboard. Like if you had like a show, or not a show, but like a music video, have it be like a one-shot thing with just like somebody on a skateboard and just like rapping. That'd be sick.
We might have to do it. I don't know why we haven't done that yet. That's interesting. Hey, we might have to get done, so it's not impossible. Actually, I might do that.
That'd be raw.
So you give you a little credit on that.
That's good.
Yeah, it's funny.
One track I want to talk about was "Are You Really Happy?"
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about like your opinions on the school system and stuff, because you were really going in on it in the back half of that verse.
It's fucked. It's just bad. Like, or not even the system. Well, the system.
Do you feel like you've been disenfranchised by school?
Yes and no. It's like the physical being of school and being around people, I think, is great. It's just the curriculum, and the curriculum that's being taught is outdated, number one. Number two, it's just like, why the fuck are people graduating and like just being fucking clueless? Like, like
in debt.
Yeah, what's up?
In debt.
Yeah, in debt. Like, you can't get a business loan for $100,000 right at 18, but you can get $100,000 to go to college.
Hey, that's ridiculous. That's a good way to think about it. They'll loan you that money
so fast. Like, oh, you're going to college. Boom, $100,000. Oh, you want to start a business? Oh, wait. We can't even. We can give you like a credit card or some bullshit. We can't give you a loan to start a business. So it's just like, and it's like, the guarantee on making your money back on college debt is like, this shit. 10 years to pay off a loan is crazy. Like, that's pretty insane. Like, 20 years to pay off a loan is pretty insane. Like, that doesn't even make sense. And then the job that you get more than likely won't pay you enough. I think the average median salary in America is like $48,000 a year or something like that. So you're telling me the average person is gonna make $48,000 a year on like $100,000 loan or whatever college is. Like, so you're pretty much you're gonna, and then you got rent, and then like, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be in debt for a pretty long time. Yeah. So. It's just like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
It's crazy that that's almost what's expected at this point. It's like, if you don't go to college, some people look down on you, say you're this, say you're that, as if not wanting to spend $100,000 straight out of high school at 18 years old is like a measure of your work ethic.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And like, did Jeff Bezos graduate?
I don't know.
I don't think Bill Gates graduated. Did he?
Bill Gates didn't. Yeah.
So you're telling me the richest man in the world, or second richest man in the world, didn't graduate college? Hey, I mean, and everybody who did graduate college works for him. So it's like, yeah, it's just like the curriculum. You're like, it just like, if we had all the knowledge we had now in like high school, we'd probably make much different decisions. Like,
100%.
I can learn a skill and like make a great living for myself. I'll make more. Shoot, if I learn a skill, I can learn a skill in 6 months and make more than all of y'all will make in like 10 years. That's crazy.
Especially with the internet. I don't think college ever thinks about the internet in that sense. It's like, we don't think about the fact that you can literally you can go from nothing to a millionaire in a week on the internet.
Yeah, you can you got $1 million on your phone right now. You just got to find it.
that's I like that. That's a good quote.
You literally, there is $1 million sitting on your phone right now. You just have to go find it. Like, I thrift a lot. Like, I like going to thrift stores and shit like that. It's cool. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Never been like too into brands, but I like it's all cool. I sold some clothes at the little whatever. They gave me like $350. I'm like, oh, this is cool. But I was like, wait a minute, this is not cool. But I'm like, okay, if they took $350 from me, or they want to pay me $350, then this tells me this stuff is probably worth 2 or 3 times. So it's probably worth $1,000. So I pretty much just left $1,000 on the table, give or take. I mean, I just didn't want to do the work for it because I just not about to sit here and sell clothes on the internet. But I was just like, you could go down to like, they got these $1 bins at Goodwill for like $1, and some of them are free, and you could find stuff and literally take it to these thrift stores and sell it and just make money off. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Now it takes a little bit of work. I'm just like, or you just throw it up on Poshmark or Depop or something, and just wait for somebody to buy it, or eBay, and shipping's a little weird, but I got used to that because I don't ship out merchandise. But it's just like, yeah, this stuff isn't hard. You just gotta find out what you want to do and just do it. Like,
there's money absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. So, but it's like, they don't tell you that. Like, they'll tell you that you have to go work for McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, and you can save up that money to maybe go to community college, and then it's like, then you can go here and get a loan. It's just like, yo, what do you want to do? Like, go teach me something. Go teach us how to work on cars. Yeah, they taught you how to work on cars at age 15 or 16. Like, make a lot of money working on cars. Like, they can teach you how to be a plumber in high school. I mean, who wants to clean shit? But
make a lot of money.
They make great money. Like, plumbers make like $100 just to even like come out and look at your toilet. Like, That's crazy. Like
all those trades are like that, and it's not something that's pushed in high school. Like they don't tell you, oh, you can graduate and go to college, or you can go to the military, or you can go to trade school, or you can go to community college. They tell you can graduate and go to a 4-year university, or else you're gonna be looked down on by everybody around you.
Oh yeah, everybody looks at you crazy. Like, oh, you're not. Oh damn. Okay, what are you doing? Yeah, I just like people look at you stupid if you say you're not like in school or whatever. And I'm just like, that's dumb. Like. What is school like? There's so many people who are just struggling because of like college debt, and will probably be struggling for the next like 10 to 15 years.
That's awful. It's like something that's supposed to help you out of. It's like something that's supposed to help you when you're entering your adult life ends up being a deterrent from what you actually want to do.
Yeah, it throw your whole life off like pretty quickly. I mean now everybody's gonna be where they want to be, but it's just like it sucks that a lot of people don't even get to the opportunity to think differently. Like you're in debt, so you're in a crazy amount of debt, and now you got to figure out how you're about to pay rent and so on and so forth. And then that degree that you have can't even get you a decent job. Like my degree didn't get me any fucking thing. I mean, it may have got me in the door some places, but like I remember when I graduated my first day of work. I'm at the job. Everybody's going around like so and so did this, so and so did that. I'm like, yeah, I went to college, graduated 4 years, dean's list, da-da-da-da-da, blessed to be here. The girl next to me is like, yeah, I do eyelashes. And, yeah, I'm like, you do fucking eyelashes. I'm like, so you telling me I just went to school for 4 years?
For $100,000?
Yes, I'm in all this debt, and you just did eyelashes and we're in the same place? I'm like, damn, this shit is fucked up. But she's really good. She's actually really fucking cool. But I was just like, damn, like, what the hell did I pay all this money for to be in the same place as, somebody who's doing, no disrespect to eyelash community. I was just like, I went to school for 4 years to pretty much, what was that for? Like, It was more so like, why am I, like, I could have went to eyelash school and done eyelashes for, I think she said she was in there for like 3 months, and then we got the same job. So 4 years, like, that's crazy to me. So it's like,
colleges also act like their degrees are like direct tickets into actual jobs, when in reality, it's still everything's up to the discretion of the employer.
Yeah.
If I graduate from UCLA, people can still not hire me. It's nothing's a guarantee. It's like it doesn't make any. To me, it doesn't make very much sense to put $100,000 in, or it'd be expected to put $100,000 into something that isn't even a guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then there's people that are like, oh, you got to work it and so on and so forth. Yeah, some people will, but some people like aren't even in college. They don't know what they want to do. So it's like you're telling people to like decide your life in like 4 years and go into debt for it. Like it's kind of wild if you like really think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, you're paying $100,000 to like just
like if you really start,
it
blows your mind if you really start thinking
about it. Shit, like it shit fucks you. Like I have to stop thinking about it sometimes. Like shit. This shit's bad. Like
it's a scam, bro.
It's crazy. Like it's and then like you got your people like they're like, oh, you need to use it and stuff like that. By the way, if you are in college and you are listening to this right now, go to that damn job fair that you don't want to go to. Like that's where all the jobs are. Like
because maybe you could drop out your sophomore year with an internship and then enter that program instead of spending all this money on classes for the next 2 years and to just get the exact same job you get after 2 years in college.
But if y'all are like just like I don't want to work, I don't want to own anything, so on and so forth, which is perfectly fine. Go to the job fair. There's a lot of good jobs there. But it's just crazy. Like it's just, I mean, shout out if you don't have to pay for school or like you're not in debt. That's fucking awesome. Like, but it's they just gotta teach shit that matters.
Hell yeah.
Like just fucking like there's no reason you should be in school for 4 years and not know anything about a loan. Like. You have no idea what you have a loan for, and you don't know how loans or credit cards work.
God, that's so crazy to me to think about.
And the fact that they don't even allow you to build your credit off that loan while you're in school is kind of crazy too. Like, okay,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, no, I don't think they. You don't get to.
Like from paying off the loan on time, you don't get credit.
You do, but like you can't build your credit. Like you're not gonna pay it. You don't pay on your loan while you're in school. So therefore, that money's just like you don't get to build. I don't think it builds your credit at all either, though. Like I don't think it helps until like after. I mean, once you start paying, it helps. But like just in terms of like you're paying all this money, so on and so forth, but it doesn't really do anything except pay the school and that's pretty much it. Like, you don't know, like, we're not learning about, okay, interest and so on and so forth, and, you know, just how you know, if we're paying all this money, like, why aren't we building our credit here? If y'all are so big on loans and, you know, putting us in these crazy, stupid financial situations, why aren't you teaching us about it? I mean, but if they taught us about it, then we probably wouldn't do it, so.
Yeah, you're not wrong. 2021 so far, you've dropped like a ton of singles. Has your approach changed at all? Because you're just putting out lots of singles on singles on singles.
Yeah, the approach changed because, why did the approach change? Oh, because we had to get, so we got something coming out and like the videos. We just want a lot of video of everything. It's taking a little bit longer than expected, but it's all good. Yeah, I think we're probably going to go to like one single a month for a little bit, which has already started, so. But yeah, just one single a month for a little bit. We just got too much stuff. Like, there's too many songs out, and stuff's getting missed still.
The vault's too big.
Yeah, the vault's too big, and I don't stop making music, so
yeah,
that's always an issue. But I cut out a lot of songs recently, so. But yeah, we're dropping a song called Miss Rosetta on June 16th, and then I don't know what's coming after that. Lost is coming. The song called Lost is coming, and the song called Future Ex-Girlfriend is coming.
You have any plans for a future full length?
Yes, at some point. They're done. I mean, it's done. It's just a matter of when it's gonna come out. I just don't want to drop it on deaf ears.
I got you. So. I am, man, but pumped to hear it.
Yes, appreciate it.
This is a good conversation, bro. I appreciate you sitting down with me.
Oh, anytime. Let us know when you're back out here, bro. Love this. Is awesome.
Oh, yeah, appreciate you, man. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you as well, bro.
All right,
Definitely.
Matters.
Definitely.